We need inner city works. And you folks, I don't think really realize what a blessing this church is to you and to this community. The average area in the city, and when we say inner city, we mean just that, inside the city. That's where most of the established churches have gone away from. And the average city that you go in, there is no independent fundamental Baptist church in the city. And therefore, there's nearly always not any kind of outreach to people who live in the areas that many of you live in. And I want to tell you something, it's a blessing. You know, God loved you when he sent Pastor Hoover to this area to start this church, you see. God was loving you and loving these people. I grew up in Gary, Indiana, and there's not a church in Gary, Indiana that I could recommend anybody to go to. Not a church, and that's a city of anywhere from 150 to 180,000 people. Probably 90% black and Hispanic, see. No outreach, and there's city after city in America like that, and we ought to be burdened about inner cities and inner city works, and we ought to pray that God would do in places like Gary and New York and all over the country what he's done here. And you know, we thank God for this church. Well, we need 1,000 more like it. We need 1,000 more like it. We thank God for Pastor Hoover. We could use 1,000 more like it. Right now we can. So be praying about that, and pray that God will use us as we embark on that mission.